Hi, welcome to the Dirt Trail Running Podcast. This is the Ornery Mule Racing 2022 year-end recap. And we're going to kind of talk about everything that's been going on here. We're at Ornery Mule Racing headquarters tonight. It's actually New Year's Eve, but we're going to release this later on. That's how exciting our life is. That this is what we're doing. But we got beverages, and who else do we have? Why don't you guys introduce yourself?
I'm Nikki, otherwise known as Ultra Mom. I'm just here working. I do all the shipping, and this year I might actually run some races.
All right.
Not Ornery Mule, and then I'll be at all the races, just filling in wherever I can.
And I'm Sid. I just kind of fill in wherever I'm needed. I'm at all the races cheering you guys on, and going to just keep doing that all year long.
I suppose I should have introduced myself. So, Michelle Hartwig, race director, founder of Ornery Mule Racing. And I mean, we're supposed to stay in order, and I was like already ready to skip to, but I think we should skip to. You said you might want to do some races. We were talking about OMR Invasion races that we're going to do.
Oh.
Would that be real hard if we skip to
Nah.
that? Because, I mean, we might as well, talking about what we get to do sounds fun.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So in 2022, we did a couple invasion races. We drove out to Kansas City and we did Psycho Waiko. We had a few people go out for that. That was a fun time. A lot of mud.
Oh, yeah.
Is that race normally muddy or?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
just that time of year down there, and like early spring Kansas.
Well,
it's
it was worse.
February.
They got, was it in February?
Yeah.
They got 8 inches of snow like 2 days before we went down, and my sister's boyfriend lives there, and he's like, no, this is abnormal, that it like stopped everything for a day. So it was a little bit wetter. And then that was also, the race started, there was still a lot of snow on the ground. And then so we set up our invasion tent, and it warmed up so much that we were in a lake, and we had to move our tent. And so that's what the trails looked like. I think it was a little muddier than normal.
Yeah, I mean, it got up to about 50 degrees with.
Right, it was nice.
So
It
all
was
the snow
beautiful out.
melted during the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone was covered in mud.
Yeah. But that's a 50K and a 25K race?
There's a 10 mile, 20 mile, and a 30 mile, I believe.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I
then,
didn't run it.
yeah, well, what else did we do for invasion races?
Then we went to Potawatomi, and that was fun actually. That I became a short order cook, and it was fun. It was cold though. It was very cold. And what was really neat was there were a lot of Ornery Mule runners there's so many different races at that race. So, Sid ran Friday. He did the 50 miler,
yeah.
and it was another muddy
More mud.
situation. And then that night we had some people doing the 10 mile, which didn't start till late. And then the next day, we knew that's when the 100 started. And then Lily, and I don't know if anyone else came out, because then the 50K didn't start till like 6 o'clock Saturday night. So it was just like being able to be there, crewing a little bit and helping out at all the different races, people that we knew. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That one, is it right before Earth Day?
It's a week before Earth Day.
Right.
I think it's
Yeah.
2 weeks before Earth Day though this year. I think last year was a little bit different closer than normal. And then you guys did the Run Some More 24-hour. Is that a single person race or a relay?
Both. So there's some people that are doing it like the individual, and then like I was running with the team. But then Sid, you did individual.
Yeah, I was signed up as a solo runner.
Brenda was there. There was a chunk of people that were there running solo.
Yeah.
I guess they call it. Yeah.
And how far is that loop?
It's a little over 3 miles, and you just run it for 24 hours.
It's a nice loop.
as much as you want.
Yeah.
And
Is it fast or is it hilly?
It reminds me of your secret trail.
Oh, okay.
That's what, right?
yeah, it doesn't seem bad until you're out there for a few hours, and then the hills get bigger.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just kind of rollers, and it's wider trails.
It was massively humid though. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was really humid, and it wouldn't rain, and everyone kind of wanted it to, because that's how humid it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun, and actually a lot of people showed up for that one too. It's a very like kid-friendly atmosphere there. They have games for the kids, and people just have tents set up, and there's not a lot of watching of the kids.
Yeah.
So you have to be okay with that. That was fun. We can't do that this year, though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why soon.
Oh, okay. But then I finally got to come to one of the invasion races, which was Javelina 100, but Nikki didn't get to come.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
But we did the what is it? The 31K night race.
Right. So
And-
about 20 miles.
And we all road tripped out there.
Right. Yeah.
Which was quite the adventure.
Yeah.
I know I wanted to say how long it was to get to Kansas City, but then you guys went to Arizona, so I didn't say it.
Yeah, it seemed to take forever just to get to Kansas City, and then we drove out to Arizona for a race just to run 20 miles. So,
Yeah.
but it was a fun weekend. I got there early and set up the tent, and the runners go right past the tents all day long. So it was just a weekend of seeing runners, and we ran into a lot of people that we knew out there. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And it was nice because they were able to use our tent as headquarters. And Camille Haran hung out at our tent.
Yep, did a shot of Fireball with Camille,
Yeah.
of course.
And it was funny. So my daughter ran the race and my son ran the race. And then my daughter's fiance, she was, they got engaged recently, was there. And Camille's like, well, I'm just going to hang out at your guys' tent while you guys are running. I'm like, that's fine. So she decided to make it home. So she was there with Tasha's girlfriend or fiance, Avery. And Avery had no idea who
she
Camille
was.
Haran was. And I thought that was funny that they were just there hanging out together. It's like, yeah, she's kind of a big deal.
That's fun.
So then for anybody listening, we would love if you come with us to some of our 2023 invasion races that we have planned. And the first one is back in Arizona. I really like Aravaipa races. My first ultra was an Aravaipa race. It was Javelina 100K. And so, it was the first one I had actually signed up for. I ended up doing a couple more before that as training runs. But that was the first one I signed up for. And my dad lives out there, and my daughter, and my mother-in-law, and a couple brothers live out there. So we're headed out to run the Crown King Scramble, which is a 50K race. And it's 4,000 feet of climb. You start at Pleasant Lake. What is it? Do you remember what the name of the lake is? I think it was called Pleasant Lake. And then you go up over a mountain. Then they say it's a 2-mile screaming downhill, and you finish in Crown King, which is a ghost town bar. So that sounds
That's
super
fun, yeah.
So, but we're getting an Airbnb that's got quite a few rooms. So if anybody wants to come with us, we still got a couple of rooms left in there. And that race is in March. And then you guys will be back at PAD. I'm not totally sure if I will, just because it's so close to Earth Day.
Yeah.
And we'll see if I'm still painting Earth Day awards.
Yeah.
Because we are doing the painted Earth Day awards. Last year we had an artist that designed an award that she painted at Veterans Acres, and but then this year we're bringing back the regular painted ones on recycled wood.
Yeah, and stay tuned because we're going to do a little painting party here at the shop. So we can get a lot of those done.
Yeah, so come with us. We'll order pizza. We got Nick's Pizza right across the street from us, and we'll just set up some tables, bring your family, eat some pizza, and paint some awards. It'll be really fun to see your awards on the table on race day.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So the Potawatomi Invasion in 2023, Nikki's actually going to be running the 30-miler.
I am.
So
I am.
come out and see
I'm
that.
excited. Yeah.
I really need to make it down there. I should just walk out of here no matter what for some of that. Is the 30-miler you said is at night?
It's Saturday. It starts Saturday at 6, which is kind of good for me because I like running at night better than.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I don't know. I like running at night.
it starts early enough so you can see the trail.
You're right.
Yeah.
And then it gets dark. So kind of the best of both worlds. You still get to see the scenery.
Right.
And then turn out the lights so it's easier to run.
Yeah.
So be sure to support Nikki while she's on
Wow.
the trail after she was the short order cook for
Well,
all
I'm
of you guys last year.
I'm running the 30-miler too, but she won't let me run with her. So
I don't like running with people. I like to run together alone.
Yeah.
That's like the best way I run.
Yeah.
Like people can be
Yeah.
around me, but I'll have my, headphones on and just going. And I don't want to feel like I'm slowing you down or anything like that. It's just way I run.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am too. I was thinking about that today while I was on the trail, that it's like when I feel good, I want to go.
Right.
And then if I don't feel good, I don't want to be worried about slowing somebody else down. And, and you can usually walk it out for a little bit and then you
Right.
start to feel good again.
Yeah.
And I'm just selfish like that. I like to be on the trail and I want to do my pace.
Yeah, maybe I'm selfish. I don't know. I'm excited because I finally feel like COVID is no longer totally affecting my running.
Yeah.
And it was weird because it turned on like a day. It was like my one day. All of a sudden, everyone's better.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
That's good.
But yeah, and paddle will be fun. I've never seen the course. I've never seen any of the course, so it'll be totally brand new to me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I should take back a little bit. I do like to run with people because we've had the Frozen Gnome training runs that the Jeffs put on, and it's really fun to get to go there and run with people. And I had so much fun running with Tasha, and I did her pace there. So that was out at.
And the runs from the
Galena.
trailhead here, I mean, those are just
Yeah.
fun training
It's
runs.
bouncing all over the place now.
I know. Right before we started, Sid said, make sure
Stay on
we
track.
stay on
Stick to the
track.
script.
And then immediately I decide not to.
But so so we've got, we're also going out to Western States.
Oh, yeah, that's
for
a
an
big
invasion
deal.
race. I don't know where, I mean, I don't know if we're going to be able to put up a tent up there or anything like that, though.
No, we won't be able to
It's
put
more of
up
a,
a tent.
just a being
Yeah.
there. And then we might be going up to Wausau for their ultra.
Yeah, I think we're going up to
Okay.
we're going to Wausau
Okay.
Ultra.
And that's in April as
In
well.
April?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right after
Earth Day?
Day.
Oh, so
that's
April's
going to be pretty
busy.
crazy for me. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, for all of us.
Yeah.
But those guys just absolutely crushed it for the
Yeah,
runners
they
at
were really
Midwest
good.
States. I imagine that their races got to be super duper cool, and I heard the trail's really nice.
Yeah, I saw a few people signed up for it already. Kyle Weber signed up for it. He was up at Midwest States.
He's the
I
one
think-
that did that recap, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I think Lily's going up. She mentioned
Oh.
it too.
Okay.
And so these evasion races, you don't just have to come out and like be part of the people, crewing. I mean, we're not technically crewing, but it's you can go there to just be there with the OMR tent, or if you're running the races, just know that we're there. And if you need anything, like it's just kind of like having availability for
Support.
emergency crew, or you know what I mean, some kind of
Yeah.
support. And I think it's super cool. And if we're there, like check out, see if you're running a race, just see if we'll post it on the Run Club and the website. For each race that we're going to be at, and you can always check before your race, if we're going to be there. And if you let us know, that just kind of gives us a heads up about how many people are going to be actually there at the race that, we know.
We'll have some supplies that if you forgot something,
Right.
you can grab our stuff. Tables. If you're like, oh great, I have this backpack and it's time to run. Where do I put it? Come over to our place and
Yep.
put it there. I imagine there will be some fireball someplace around.
Perhaps. Yeah. Yeah, so if you see our tent at a race, just
Come on over. If
Yeah.
you just want to sit and, shoot the, I don't think we can swear on this podcast, so talk. You can, just whatever.
Shoot the mule.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't say that.
Yeah, I'm like,
he's shooting mules now.
Okay, so now should we get back, or was there anything else on there? Well, I guess we could mention, which is pretty exciting for me, for Western States, that I'll be riding with Craig Thornley, the race director, in the car with him all day long at the race. And he said that he did say a swear word, but he was going to scare the something out of me on all the back roads, so I guess that they're going to be... They're
fun.
Yeah, and he's like a climber. Like he climbs up mountains with his hands,
Okay.
and so he's probably
Like free
kind
climbing?
of fearless. So I'm just gonna
Wow.
go. I'm gonna sit in the car. I'm like, you know what? If I die, it's gonna be at Western States,
Worth it.
What a way to go.
going over a cliff. I mean, it could be can't find a better place. But I think it'll be a lot of fun. Then I'll be hanging out at the finish line at Western States too. So that was really nice of Craig to invite me
Yeah.
for that. That's a really great special race. I've been there before, and it's just, you want to cry at the finish line for
What's the
all these-
oldest ultra in the world?
Is it the oldest?
Yeah,
one in the
I was
world?
just reading
Yep.
about it last night, and it's, what, 1974 or 76, something like that. And not in America, in the world. It's the oldest official ultra.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Well, now we should talk about our races.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
yeah. We're all excited about the ones we get to go to. There actually is. I mean, I am going to do a couple more races later on in the year. That actually
Yeah,
only
we're only
gets
up through
us.
spring.
Yeah, that's
Right.
only gets us through spring. But we are thinking about Javelina again.
Right.
And I was thinking about Brazo Bend 50 miler. But Sid told me I need to not talk about everybody else's races and talk about ours. So we better.
Well, we're definitely going out to Javelina again, and sign up for that is tonight. So
A lot of signups tonight
Yep.
and this week. So races, well, let's see, was it yesterday, Hennepin 100 opened up and Midwest States 100 opened up. Hennepin, I mean, before we went on, we already had 190 people signed up. So that race is going to fill up. It filled up, what, do you think it was like March last year? I don't remember. It was pretty early in the...
I think it was March.
I think it was in March. And the year before, like even at the year of COVID, I know that it filled up in March because it was full when all the cancellations happened. And then maybe the next year it might have taken longer just because everybody was worried after that. But so if you're thinking about signing up for that, sign up for it, get on the wait list. We'll open that up. And
Yeah, and then Kettle opens tomorrow.
tomorrow at
At
11
11.
a.m.
And that's what I was going to tell you guys. So I had a memory pop up on Facebook, and it was me posting about Kettle opening, and I just said, it's going to be a really cool year. It's not going to be hot at all. So apparently I can predict the future. Because the year before was that brutally hot year. We had such a low, finisher rate.
Oh, yeah.
But last year was gorgeous, so I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't decided what I'm going to post this year, so stay tuned. I'm feeling rain.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Well, Laura Mangrum, that they run, her and Willie run the horse rider aid station, and they're both running the race this year, and they like cool weather. So let's hope they get cool weather because they deserve it because they work so hard at that station. Laura's doing the 50K. She wants to improve it. She's done it before, and she wants to improve her time. And then Willie, I'm pretty sure, is doing the 100K. I didn't actually look that up. I just thought about them, and I really, for them and so many other people, I'd love to see cool weather.
I know. This last year was such a great year, weather-wise.
But we're going to talk about that more later.
Okay.
But we did send out, so all the volunteers for Kettle, that race has filled up in about 4 minutes the last 4 years. And so we did send out volunteers a chance to sign up early. It'll be too late but I did post this on the front of our website. So if you were ever volunteered and you didn't get the invite next year, send me a message and I'll send you an early invite to make sure that you get in. So it's a good way to make sure you get in the next year. And
So let's talk Gnome.
yeah, well, Midwest States we should talk about a little bit. So Midwest States, we kind of changed how we're doing that a little bit this year. It comes with 5 days of camping at Chequamegon National Forest. And if you've ever camped at a national forest, their sites are absolutely exceptional. And at this area, there's just lakes all around. So every single campsite just had amazing views. Like you just wanted to sit at these campsites. Everybody that came there was wishing they would have spent more time. There's a boat rental. There's the Mandu Lodge food place that's just
Fantastic.
we all loved
so good.
much.
I'm excited. I can't wait to go back. I'm going to hardcore diet the 2 weeks going in because it's good food.
Yeah,
Yummy.
there's a nice beach right by the start finish for the kids. There's a little playground there. Again, the restaurant is amazing. You could eat there every day.
And their prices are good.
Yeah.
Like gourmet food.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
really
it's
good.
made
food.
right there.
Yes.
It's not like frozen stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's all of our hundreds are open. Get signed up for those. And the price went down a little bit on Midwest States because we increased the cap. So we need 150 people in the race to
So bring your
cover
friends.
our costs. So, and we're at 21 people right now. I think the mud might have scared some people, but it is so pretty there. I mean, it's wilderness. It's just a totally different feeling than any other
Yeah.
trail that we run on. So it's something that you should experience. And it's a small race. I think that made it really special.
Yeah.
Right.
'Cause
I
we
think,
were-
and the feel, I think a lot of the runners were saying how it felt like like a vintage ultra. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't, I don't know, like super commercialized like the Chicago Marathon or anything. It just felt more like that, I don't know, like throwback feel of what ultras are.
And then Brad Gorski, he's making an alumni aid station.
Oh,
And there
yeah.
was a few other people that ran the race, and I thought that was so cool to have an alumni station. They'll know how to care. They'll know what they just got done going through,
Right, yeah.
and know how to care for
And it
'em.
can't possibly be muddy 2
It's
years
not
in a
gonna
row.
rain again.
It
No,
can't.
it's-
Yeah, every training run we did was gorgeous up
It
there.
was abnormal.
Yeah, and I looked at the signups. We do have some repeat runners. So
Yeah.
there's some people coming back for redemption
Yeah.
that want to actually see it in good conditions. So
Yeah.
that's going to be fun to see the difference.
I think a lot of them, everyone I opened as they were coming in Chris Chandre, and I shouldn't-
Holly's on there again.
Yeah, Holly's coming back. Yeah, so there's a lot of them. So now you want to move on to Frozen Gnome.
Let's circle back.
circle
back to
circle
Frozen.
back. Right? So let's see.
Well,
Yeah.
Gnome's our next race.
Yeah, it's only like 2 weeks away.
Yeah, so in 2022, Gnome had pretty much perfect temperatures for a January,
January,
race.
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't super cold. It wasn't super hot. There was snow on the ground, which is what you want for a frozen Gnome race.
Right.
So kind of hoping for those conditions,
Snow,
although it's been
yeah.
a little warm this week, so we'll see leading
Yeah.
up to it.
We have 2 weeks. We'll see.
Yeah, so there's still time to sign up for that one. And then the Jeffs did add a little extra trail to Frozen Gnome, so it's a little piece of Soul Crusher called Tin Man Alley that a lot of people liked.
Yeah, it's totally worth it.
it's-
It really doesn't
absolutely
add,
worth
yeah,
it.
it really
Yeah.
doesn't add any distance, but it's such a fun little trail.
They've kind of arranged the 10 display artistically
Right.
through there. So it's really cute. It's
Yeah, it's
really
like
nice.
running through a little old backcountry
Well,
museum.
and it was created because they were making Soul Crusher more soul crushing, and so they were out there, blazing their own trail, and they found so many not artifacts, but like old stuff that was there from like when people lived out on the land. And so then, of course, what they did is they took it and they just arranged it
We should
artistically.
look this up, but I think that there used to be they used to race, there was like a racetrack
Yeah,
out there.
yeah, there was.
Okay.
I think it's on the far side of Stearns, over on that side.
It seems like it would be over where that one loop is.
I thought it was before the gravel hill.
Yeah.
In that area somewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah,
not
because I see some
positive.
car parts over that direction
Yeah.
too. Not that there's like car parts all over
Everywhere,
this
yeah.
park. The car parks are so few that when you find one, you're like, oh
right,
my
I know,
gosh,
I
that's so
know.
cool.
Yeah, so sign up for Frozen Gnome and you'll see a car door.
An
In the
old
trail.
An
car
old
door.
car door on the trail. Wow.
And then take a picture.
Oh, but the 10K is full, huh?
Right.
So the 50K is open.
Yeah, there's still
If
spots
you're
in the
gonna run
50K.
one loop, you might as well run 5.
I might be able to let a few more people in the 10K. I was short awards, and so they were able to get me extra awards.
Okay.
I can actually look right now and see if I can open up more spots in the 10K. Yeah, I can open up. I'll take anybody that's on the wait list right now and
Oh,
get them
good.
off
There you
the
go,
wait
you're
list.
in. Of course, by the time you see this, you better start training.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Well,
or
10K, you
10
don't
days,
have.
it's fine. Yeah.
This is a 50K you should probably train for. It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
But the medals are super cool. They're very sparkly.
They
Yeah.
are pretty. Yes, I
Yeah.
really liked them.
I thought
I like
they
the
turned-
beard.
Yeah, the beard is kind of like see-through. It
That
was
was
so
my
cool.
idea.
Yeah,
That's
that's,
super cool.
I held
Very
it up
good
in the
idea.
light. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
like,
try to get a
the
good
things
picture
we
of it.
do.
Was
it's
almost-
hard to get a good picture of it. I
Yeah.
took it on the run, Sid said, so to show it the trail.
Yeah.
But I kept hanging it up on trees, but they were blowing all over the place, so I didn't get great pictures. So let's see.
So then our next race is Earth Day in April, 5, 10, or 50K. And in 2022, it was actually pretty cold.
It was
It
very
was.
cold.
We had winter jackets on.
I wore
Yeah.
the same outfit for Gnome Earth Day as I wore for Gnome.
Yeah, I would say I probably did too.
It was
Yeah,
cold.
the fleece onesies helped a lot.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was awesome running weather, but for those of us
Volunteer.
standing around, it was a little cold.
Trails were nice though.
But yeah, the trails were really good. So that was a good race.
Yeah, great running
And
weather.
so registration's open for that now as well for this year.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of spots in that. We
Yeah.
haven't really been talking about that race much.
But we already talked about the handmade finisher medals.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you want one of the coolest medals, sign up.
Yeah.
And then come out to the party and paint it.
Right. Maybe paint your own medal and then pick it up after you finish the race.
That's something I would do. I would like my
Yeah.
medal would be painted with my name spelled my way.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I would finish after everyone else, and then someone else would be walking around with my medal.
That would be pretty cool.
I know.
Make your own finisher medal.
Well, Tall Ed and Ed Mayhew, everybody puts ED on the
Earth Day.
Oh.
Day.
yeah.
And they're totally sure that they just put their names on our medal. So they're like, yeah, hey, my name's on there. I think it is because they're pretty iconic to our races.
If you know anybody I feel like Earth Day is a great introduction to running an ultra,
It is.
for whoever hasn't run one. So if any of your friends, that is if anyone says, which one should I run first? I'm like, do Earth Day. The weather's normally really nice. It's not like brutal.
I don't think we've ever had, I shouldn't say that, but I don't think we've ever had bad weather for Earth Day. It's just the perfect time of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. It's a little rough on the volunteers, I think, because it's always a little colder than
Yeah.
you think it will be. But yeah, sign up for that one, or sign up to volunteer and see if it's something that you want to do.
But yeah, what a lot of people do for Earth Day as far as being their first trail race is they sign up for the 5 or 10 mile and then decide, if they want to try to do another loop or something like that to just,
For the next year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just test out, how far they can go, or because
That's
then,
not what I did.
you finish your
I
10
went all
mile and think, oh, I feel good.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can do 15 and then go back out because you got support.
Those are people who haven't talked to an ultra runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be signing up for 100.
Right. Yeah.
And I think it's actually sits really well in your head because you can, like, if you have stuff that you always eat, we have well-stocked aid stations.
Yeah.
But, you can still have your stuff every 5 miles
Right.
that you can come to. And if what's at the aid station isn't working for you, then you come back and you have that.
Yeah. And it's not one you're going to get lost on. You're not going to have to worry about some confusing corner. You know what I mean? Like things like
Yeah.
that. Like it's a great first race.
It is.
To not have like confusion or things that you don't really know going into being a new like runner for ultra or trail.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Galena
then we got
Sky.
Galena Sky. Galena, that is a blast.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to volunteer there, we have volunteer suites that you can stay at, and so it's a good way for you to get away for the weekend and get a free hotel room.
Because it's at
Chestnut.
Mountain Resort.
With amazing views.
It's gorgeous.
It's
I know.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, the volunteer suites have the best views.
Well,
they're on the
'cause they're
top
on the top
floor, and
floor,
you just
yeah.
look out over the river. And yeah, it's just
It's amazing. Yeah, it's the Mississippi River, and then you look at Iowa. You can actually see Wisconsin because one direction is Wisconsin, and one direction's Iowa, and then you're in Illinois, and the Mississippi River is really wide there.
It is, yeah.
And it kind of looks like there's like little islands, and then there's bald eagles that are in the air quite, pretty much every year I've seen one.
There's a tree with a butt. I mean,
Yeah.
The
it's a
butt
good
tree.
time.
And Galena's right down the road, so
Yeah.
you can visit Galena and see all the little shops, and so make a whole weekend out of it, really.
The hotel prices are good, and their food is really good too at Chestnut
Mm-hmm.
Mountain Resort. So you don't even have to leave. You can just eat there. They got great breakfast, great lunch, dinner.
Well, and there's an after party where everyone, like this one, you do your race and then you can go and change and come back, and Michelle, you get a dinner
Yeah.
there, and we give out the awards for everybody. I think we should bring some music this year for after the awards. Then we can do a little like dance situation.
Yeah, we should. That's what I've always intended, but it seems like everybody always leaves and wants to shower right then.
Yeah, so we need you to stay Saturday night and have fun.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We end up in the bar.
Right, that's the
why.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But like separate, I feel like it should
Yeah.
be more joiny.
Yeah, because we're talking, and then when we're done talking, then yeah, that's a good idea. So then let's see. So Kettle, yeah, this year we had perfect weather at Kettle,
yeah.
and we already talked about registration opening up. It was great. We had really great performances. Michelle I should pull this up. Magagna. It's like lasagna, but
Magana?
Why am I not saying
Magana?
that? I am the worst. So she overall won the 100, so that was really super cool. And then Reese, another tough name. Our
Reese.
coach, Reese.
Reese.
Slobonik.
Reese.
Everybody.
I'll just own it, Slobonik. But
Okay.
he's at home now going, oh, Michelle, come on. So he was first male, and it was his first 100, so I'm super impressed with how well he did. And let's see what we did for. Oh yeah, well we should also mention Michelle broke a really old course record. That's pretty
Yeah,
pretty
that's
big
huge.
deal.
Yeah.
So Donna Perkins had the old course record in 18 hours and 12 minutes and 30 seconds, and that was made in 1998.
Wow.
That's how long she had the record. And in 2022, Michelle Magagna came, and she crushed it, 16:58:18.
Wow.
So that was quite a huge performance this year. And Kettle's one of the top 10 oldest hundreds in the country.
Wow.
In North America, actually.
Yeah, the weather this year was, everything just fell into place for course records this
Yeah.
year. So, yeah.
And she looked happy. You should watch our podcast with her. In fact, we should just pull it and hear what she has to say about Oreos. She definitely likes her Oreos.
We can put a link in the comments.
Yeah.
We could put a link in there, yeah. Let's see, did we, I always, so did we talk
And that
about-
registration opens tomorrow and it fills up quickly. And
Oh.
we could use aid station captains.
Yeah,
Okay.
we definitely, we're getting some come in, but we're going to be a little bit short.
Okay.
Well, we can always use volunteers.
Yeah,
for
we
Kettle.
get a lot of volunteers.
Always.
It's like over 100 volunteers, but they're all overworked. I mean, we really can, even if you just have a couple hours, it's just to give people a break.
Yeah.
That
We'll
are
find
running
a
the
spot
aid
for you. That
stations.
you'd be very welcome.
Yeah, I think the issue is the overnight hours. A lot of
Yeah.
people can volunteer during the day, but then at night it's not so
Lean.
much.
Yeah, so the people that that are captaining at the station, they've had all this energy during the day,
Yeah.
and they didn't take a break, and then all of a sudden they're like there all night. So give them a break and let them sleep a little bit. Then Phil Young had a really great year. He overall won the 100K at Kettle, which is a little out of his wheelhouse. He's more of a flat, fast road
Okay.
runner. He does really well at Hennepin and Tunnel Hill.
Does he get the mustache guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fleet Feet Phil. He has
Okay.
Fleet Feet Davenport. And he finished in 9 hours, 49 minutes. And I'm super impressed that he did that. It was it's cool when people go out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
And then he did really well. I'm sure he was pretty uncomfortable. And that was great. Let's see, who was our first female for that? Christy Behrens from Spring, Texas was our first female. She was 26 years old. I love seeing 26-year-olds in our races. And she did it in 11 hours and 42 minutes and 41 seconds. So let's see, we should probably move on to,
Yeah, set your alarms to sign up for that one.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to run it, just volunteer for it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Everything from course marking to sitting to the aid stations all night.
Sweep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Sweepers. Sweepers are always good.
We did talk about Midwest states a lot, but one thing we didn't talk about was Lucas, that him and his
His son?
nephew, it
Nephew?
was his nephew,
Nephew?
Right.
right?
Okay.
That just came from the start and helped us. And he just opened up Lake 11 Brewing in Medford. And did you guys see Megan actually
Yeah.
went up there?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I missed it.
Yeah, so Megan Belkamp, I don't even know, I think it was on accident. She was just traveling through there and
Okay.
it might have been like their grand opening or something.
Really?
Yeah, she was there for that.
Yeah.
Wow, fun.
And they were, and just all the locals around there, like you could just, they really love their trails. They really love the park. And they were just more than happy to welcome and try to help
Everybody.
us out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of locals just hanging out at the start finish, asking about what was going on and how they could help. We had a guy across the street with a campsite who brought over fire pits for us to use. You know, it was awesome. And
Yeah.
so next year's going to be even better.
Yeah, I can't believe we're not, like, if anybody would have seen what was going on there, we would be totally sold out.
We'd be full.
No.
I know.
Because
I know.
it's just so
it was,
special.
It was like, it was magical. I don't know what it was. And I mean, I say that and you would think it would be like this last year with the weather at Kettle and everything really ran very well and like seamlessly at Kettle. So you'd think that's what I mean at Midwest States, but it was just, I don't know, it had some different quality that I've
Yeah.
never experienced at another ultra.
Even though it was raining the whole
Right.
time.
I think that
on
was a
us.
big part of it. You know,
Yeah.
It was a little bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it was so hard, yet everybody was
It was like,
just
we're
pitching
all
in and getting
this
everything. Yeah.
together.
Just
getting
that
everything
kind of
done.
thing.
You know, our stations were small. People traveled a long way. I mean, they're well stocked, good
Oh, yeah.
stations, but yeah, it was really cool. But on the trail, what people will see that's just different than what you're seeing at most is the plants look like they're a jungle.
Like
You know, they're-
Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like huge and mushrooms and just that are crazy
Mm-hmm.
colorful that you don't normally see, and the ferns and the just thick. It's dark.
Yeah. It's not, I mean, like you get up on Ice Age and the trail's super clear. You know, you'll pass like a family of 8 hiking, you know, walking for the day.
Yeah.
This is not that. It's you're out there.
Yeah,
in
so
the-
you do
in the
need to be
trees.
careful. We do think you should be an experienced runner
Yeah.
for this race, and you need to pay attention to course markings
Yes.
because you could get really lost.
I mean, we tried. I
you
mean,
got off
how many we
course.
marked it multiple times? Didn't we?
Nobody got off course.
No,
Right.
it was yeah.
It's easy to follow. I mean, it's well marked. It's an easy trail, but it is the wilderness.
Right. You're not going to come across like, you know, someone with their preschool group. They're not going to be
Yeah.
out there.
So, yeah. So definitely, there will for sure still be spots open in that. So sign up for that.
Yeah, do something hard, do something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to be
Midwest
planning
states.
some more, like, since last year was our first year and we were still trying to figure some things out. We did do the breakfast.
Yeah, that was
So we
fun.
had the OMR breakfast, and we'll definitely do that again. And we have other ideas for things to, you know, get everybody, since it's so far and people will be there over multiple days, to kind of, you know, do some more community type things.
Yeah, we have it. We've rented the entire park, so if you sign up for the race, you have a camping spot. There's no other camping spots there. We've got all the camping spots, and then we'll assign those to you. So your entry comes with a camping spot for you and your pacer. But if you want to bring somebody else with you, you can add that on at checkout. One of the things I think that we did last year that was really good was we just all sat at that picnic shelter that we rented.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
And
for
just
s'mores
hung
and
out.
stuff.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
night before. Yes, that was a good. Yeah, that was.
I
a
don't
fun
even think
night too.
anybody really actually ate the s'mores.
I did. I had one.
A few people
Well,
did.
you know why? Because Megan, it's the s'moreo. I had
Oh,
never heard
right.
of this before. It's
Okay.
a s'more made with Oreos instead of graham crackers.
Oh my
Or
gosh.
is that what it was? Or did you just stick an Oreo inside? See, now I already forgot. It was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
It was really good.
a s'moreo.
Yeah,
Now we need to invite Michelle McGagna there.
exactly.
Right.
You're
For the
right.
s'moreo.
It's like 2 races are now
We'll have to let her know
colliding.
about that. So you could tell we like Midwest states.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we were actually talking about us going and doing
Yeah.
I was
Alright.
actually thinking, we said 100K, but I was thinking maybe we should do a 50K.
Oh, that's what she
I
said.
said the
yeah.
same thing. I'm like, we should leave one car. We should just do like one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's a lot. Because we would need the entire daylight probably
Yeah.
to finish off the 100K. But
Yeah,
yeah,
then
we'll
I
go
wouldn't
to
wanna-
50K.
And we'd have some work to do while we're out there. I mean,
I wouldn't want to go back out and mark the course after running 100K either.
Right.
It's like, oh, I was just here. Now I got to do flags.
again.
But I was thinking we might go up earlier in the year, not like
Okay.
the
Oh,
early
Not
okay.
that week. Okay.
but like because I don't want to be wiped out. And plus, we want to. One thing on Midwest States 100, we are gonna. I think I'll extend. We're gonna extend the cutoff for one of the aid stations because I think it might have caught a couple people that probably
turnaround
could have
one?
finished, and they could have at least finished the 100K. Yeah, that turnaround
Yeah.
one. I think that's. It was on pace, but I think we can extend it a
Yeah,
little
maybe
bit longer.
just a couple hours.
Yeah, it being
an
the
hour.
first year, it was hard to gauge.
To know
Plus
those
with all the
Exactly.
mud
times.
and stuff
Right.
like that,
Right.
but I do think we can extend that one. So that will. I don't actually have. I have a note on our website that we are going to do it, but I want to do some work on the trail before I want to think it through before I completely decide. And then let's see. So then Hennepin, yeah, that was a great year. I think did we talk about?
We didn't really talk
Was
about
there anything
Hennepin.
about Hennepin?
Sid ran it.
Yeah.
Did it.
Finally finished it. Yeah.
So that was your third try?
Right.
Someone asked him if he was running it this year. He's like, no, I did it. I did that already.
I don't have to do that again. I mean,
have to do that
it would be one thing to go back and get a better time. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you've done it before, don't let that stop you from doing it again. I mean, obviously do better, but
I love going back and trying to improve on times. I'm a repeat race runner.
Believe it.
I would, but I need to help work the race.
Yeah.
You probably it has to
actually-
be a little stressful for you because even if we don't give you any, like we're like, hey, don't worry about it. You know that we're
Oh my gosh.
shorthanded.
Right.
and-
That well, and there were so many people waiting for him to finish. Like there was just like and like all day everyone's like, "How's Sid? Is he still?" You know what I mean? Like I don't know. That to me that would be a lot of pressure
Yeah.
at running an OMR race.
Yeah.
You know.
That
That
does
was
help you
fun.
finish.
Does it? Well, there's you mean after the last bridge?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, the weather was perfect this year. I mean, not, since I've run it 3 times,
Yeah, you
I
can
know
compare.
that the weather, wasn't ideal the first 2 times, but this year it was pretty much perfect for running. So,
Is
that-
there
that
any
really
lesson
helped.
that you learned there that you wish that you would have done this year?
No, I did my intervals that I had planned on doing, and I think that's key for a flat race if you're not used to flat races. Yeah, just have fun and use the aid stations because the aid stations were amazing.
They're so
They're
good.
so
I
good.
know.
And that was the best part of it. All the aid stations at Hennepin were just so awesome, and I've seen so many shout outs for all the volunteers and all the aid stations and all the food and all the help that people got. I mean, that's just the best part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, the groups there just absolutely crush it. And a lot of the people, like they close down their station, then they go help at another
Yeah.
aid station.
I know.
I can't even name how many
I
stations do
know.
that
Yeah.
because I would end up leaving somebody out. But
Yeah, they close up their aid station, pack up their supplies, and,
And see
take
who else
take them
needs
to the
it.
next
Yeah,
aid
it's
station. Like,
super
hey, do you guys
awesome.
need Coke? we got Coke left.
and we
for
don't
you."
even ask them to do that because we're just like so thankful that they did it. That
Yeah.
they took care of the aid station. We don't want to make them do something, ask them
Right.
to do something else, and they just take it upon themselves to do that. Yeah, the volunteers there are really great, and a lot of them too that are traveling to get there. They
Right.
don't actually live by the trail.
Right.
And then so then we finish up the year with Soul Crusher, and which that race can grow, and it is also a really cool race that the Jeffs have absolutely poured their heart into it. We need to have them on to just kind of talk
Yeah.
about what they have done. It's a horribly hard course.
Well,
You know what you should link is Christine Borgerding's
Oh
letter
yeah.
to the Jeffs.
yeah, the first year it wasn't. I mean, it was
Quite
hard,
hard enough.
but it wasn't. It didn't quite live up to the expectations. I ran it the first year, and I finished with a smile on my face, and I had a lot of fun. But this year, Nikki and I worked the race, and we were at the finish line, seeing everybody come through, and nobody was really smiling this year. So
There were a few criers. I mean, there really were.
So the Jeffs did take that feedback from
Yeah.
the year before and made it a little bit more difficult. And I did talk to Jeff this morning at VA, and he, I said, well, I think you guys got it perfect. It's at that level where, people are going to run it, but it's still going to be hard. And he said, oh, it's going to be harder next year. So,
Good.
so yeah, if you're up for the challenge.
Well, I'll read you the letter that we got after Soul Crusher. So this was my race report for the Soul Crusher 5 and 10 miler. Not mine, but it was an open letter wrote to the Jeffs from one of the participants. Jeffs, this is truly the Marlot. How do you say that? Marlort?
Malort.
Malort. This race is truly the Marlort of trail races. You somehow managed to maximize the amount of suck per mile. The only thing that gave me pleasure during this 5+ mile tour of your demented psyches, besides cursing your names every time I turned a corner and saw yet another cliff to claw up or a ravine to rappel down, was knowing that you both had to run this hell course numerous times before us in preparation of this torture. We are no longer friends. F you very much. See you next year, your mortal enemy, Christine Bordering. So if that sounds like your kind of race,
That sounds like fun.
that is Soul Crusher.
But it's 5 and 10 miles.
Yeah,
This is not
it's
a,
only 5 or
right.
10 miles. You can do that.
And
only.
yeah, it's got a super cool medal.
Yeah.
And the shirts are really cool.
Oh, and the
too.
course is, I mean, outside of it being torture, it's, tricked out with all the skeleton.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot to see. There's
Yeah,
a real
for
lot
5
to see.
and what 5 and 10 mile, like they spend all night. They're there
all
all
night,
night.
right? Setting
Setting
up
up
the
like
stuff on the course.
10-foot skeletons.
Yeah, with
wolves.
red eyes and lit up
Yeah.
and motion activated
It's fun.
screaming.
It's a fun race.
Yeah, it's so
It's-
fun.
And it's, you don't have to spend your day. It's over at 11:30.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of get in and have a good time and then go to the store.
And it is
Take
actually
your kids to the pumpkin patch.
a great weather race.
Yes.
It has, we haven't, I mean, it's just the perfect time of
It
the year,
is.
the weather.
It's, yeah.
For running.
Yes.
You want to bundle up as a volunteer.
It was warmer this year than it was the year before.
Was it?
Yeah, because the year before, everybody was wearing their tech hoodies the whole race. This year, it was warmer than that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, honestly, you know how busy people, because it's the weekend, usually it's like the weekend before Halloween. People are kind of busy that time of year, So, and like, I think Lily and Ephraim were like, yeah, no, we're going to take the kids to such and such afterward.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of nice about it. It's an awesome race, but then it doesn't take up your entire weekend.
Yeah, because I know in town there was the Flannel Fest.
Yes.
the same
right.
Yeah,
weekend.
people
So
do go to
I
that
hope
too.
that it's the same weekend next year.
If they-
I'll have to
yeah,
ask them because
yeah.
that'd be cool because you could do that
And then
head
go
over
there,
to the Flannel
yeah.
Fest, which is at I think it's at Main Beach.
It was at Main Beach, yeah.
And you can wear your Hennepin flannel.
Yeah. see? All October things.
Yeah. So
All right,
let's
wait,
see.
before we flip to the thing, we need to celebrate New Year's. It's New
Okay.
Year's Eve,
Yeah.
baby! Woo! Okay.
Before we flip, oh yeah, because the next thing we do have just one more thing, and then we'll wrap up this podcast. But first, we need to cheer all these races
Yes.
that we've done, and
Can I have that paper towel?
it's been a really good year.
It's been a fun year, yeah. COVID, I feel like this year has been like a full year where everybody was able to get out there. And I mean,
Yeah.
besides Midwest states, which like apparently Jeff Leonard's likes calling it Midwest states.
Yeah.
And he ran it, so he's allowed. But the weather was good for everything this
Yeah.
year, so that was kind of nice. All right, but we're gonna go into 2023, like yay! Scary.
All right. Oof.
I do it quietly because
We got our fancy solo cups.
yes. Shell. Royal.
Scenes royal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Royal doesn't get any like shout outs, but he's always working somewhere off
Yeah, so-
camera.
Yeah, he does a really good job. He's going to edit this one for us. This is one
you.
we're not doing live. And But
So maybe it'll be
shout
better.
out to Royal too. But
Cheers.
yeah,
Royal.
cheers
Cheers
to a
to
great 2022
2022.
and to 2023.
Royal. More races run, I think, this year.
That's yummy.
It's good.
For you, anyway.
It'll be great with orange juice tomorrow. Well, let's talk about the run clubs now, because
Yeah.
that's kind of taken off this year, and I think it's going to be even bigger next year.
Oh my gosh, that's going. Everybody's got so much enthusiasm.
I know.
on
Well, and
that.
the things have already started.
Yeah, we announced the new captains at the volunteer party, which was something else that we did this year,
Yeah.
which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, instead of just one captain, we went with captains in different areas
Yeah.
to
Right.
kind of help with for the OMR trail team. Which, if you're interested, reach out. I haven't put an application out. I suppose I should probably do that. But I'll just bring everybody back on. But if anybody's watching this and interested in being the OMR trail team, let me know. I'll put an application on the website. And we, I mean, really, it's if you're really part of the OMR trail running community, you believe in the kindness. What is our saying?
Inclusion.
Yeah.
Kindness and community is really
Well, it's right over here. Kindness, community, and ordinary people doing extraordinary things. If you believe in our message and just join us, you get some discount codes and stuff throughout the year, different things. And it's just that we support one another. It's a really nice little group. But we are, so we're doing OMR Run Club runs because we want to be there to help people be the best that they can be. And it's more fun to run in a group, even if we
Yeah.
like to run alone. I like to run alone, knowing other people are out there
Right.
running, and
well,
then
and
you
it
see them.
kind of helps with accountability.
Yeah,
Like
it
if
helps
you're
get you out there.
right? If everyone's like, okay, the long run Sunday, you're gonna go, and yeah, you might spread out and not be running with someone, but you're gonna make sure you get there if you say you're gonna be there.
Yeah, especially for those long runs.
Right.
Like the ones we did here this summer when we had to do 20 miles and stuff.
The Hennepin training.
Just
Yes.
by yourself would
Yeah.
be, and just doing a straight out
Right.
on the trail and back would be, it's so much easier knowing that you might pass somebody one way or the other. But we've got those all over the place. So we've got Trish and Jen are heading up runs in Wisconsin, and they had a great run at Scuppernong with gorgeous snow and a huge turnout
Yeah, they have a
Yeah.
lot.
up there.
Yeah, we had a lot of.
And they have another one
Wisconsin
planned
folks.
already for the 7th of January.
Yeah,
So, and they're
7th of
doing that at Emma.
Emma Carlin.
Okay, so the 7th, this will be out before the 7th of January.
And all
so-
these events are on the the Run Club Facebook page.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of how we keep
All the
people,
events are on there,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, that's just the best way. I mean, we'll probably get them up on the website too, but the quickest way is on the Facebook.
Right, because they can
That's- yeah.
post them.
And that's where
without
everybody
giving
looks
them-
anyway.
Right.
Yeah. I know some people don't always get on Facebook, but that is just the easiest way for us to get that information.
It's literally why I
out.
don't get off Facebook.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I won't know when anything's happening. And then Jen is one of our captains this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jen Retimo.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh,
Very good.
that's shocking.
And then Lily Medina,
Okay.
she is one of our captains too, and so she's gonna be putting on runs in like the Starved Rock area.
Yeah, Matheson, Starved Rock area.
And
Dyson?
which is really good because I don't know how to run
Matheson.
out there, and I've always thought about going out there. So it's nice that she's got groups that like that's worth driving to. Like,
Yes.
that's a good destination
Yeah.
to go to. And then Matt and Danny Hussing, they're in the Dixon area. Oh, and their next one, what is the date? We should look that up. They have one
We know
planned
it,
at
don't we?
Mississippi Park.
It might be the end of. I think it's like January 21st, something like that.
Yes, that is when it is. Don't they have another one planned too?
Oh wait. Is that? Yeah, that's it.
No, that's that one.
At the on the butt trail,
Okay,
on the butt
Is that-
course.
that's a different one.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm confusing my events.
Let me see.
Well, it's
I can
great.
figure
There's
out.
so many events.
I guess there it is. I found it. So February 18th is the one at Mississippi Park.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So Mississippi Park is the start line of the Hennepin 100.
So that's in Sterling.
It's in Sterling,
Okay.
yeah, and it's a really cool place to start. So you run along the Mississippi River, and then you go under a tunnel that goes under the train tracks, and it's just pretty. You go by the Dole Mansion there, which is just a really old mansion.
They have a Dole Mansion there too.
Oh, maybe it's not called
Oh.
the Dole Mansion then.
I was going to
The
be like,
Dole Mansion's in Crystal Lake.
there is one, but maybe there's two.
Wonder what the name of that mansion is. Maybe
Maybe
there's
I'm
a
mixing the two.
mansion
Okay,
there.
that you run past?
But it's
Okay.
it might not be Dole. I'll have to look that up. And then
I got all excited.
then you cross, and then you get to go over. It's a pedestrian bridge, so it's not even like cars on it. It's a bridge that goes across a pretty wide part of the Mississippi.
Oh, it's
and
just a pedestrian bridge.
it's just pedestrian,
Oh.
and it's really cool because you're like, I don't know, it's just super fun. You got the Mississippi on both sides of you, and then you cross that, and then you go right onto the Hennepin Canal Trail. And I just think it's a really great start to the race. And Mississippi Park's pretty, and
Yes, it was.
really nice.
So
So
they've got it. So they already have a run planned.
Yeah, February 18th. And they also have the one at Bald Hill is January 21st.
Okay.
That's on the
Ah,
butt
B-U-T-T.
course,
Yeah.
BUTT
There's 3
course.
T's.
That's actually where Matt, who's doing the run, did his 50 miles for his
for his
50th birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I ran a few miles with him there.
yeah, that's a place that I noticed their picture shows a falling star on it because they have I don't know what they're called, but those buildings you go into and they got like telescopes.
Oh,
that
yeah.
You can look at the stars. What I
Like a
don't
planetarium or
Yeah,
an
they-
observatory.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they have that there in the parking
Really?
lot. And so
Cool.
you can go there at night and then.
Well, no, that's at where Nuclear Meltdown was. This is at a different place.
Oh, it is okay. I
Yeah.
thought that it was on the same course.
No, it's a little. I don't.
It's
on
a
the
little
other side of the
farther.
river.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, I just saw that they used that picture with the falling star, so I'm like,
Okay.
oh, it
Oh.
must be the same place.
Well, they do have the biggest tree in Illinois
Yeah.
at
How do they
Bald
know?
Hill. It's been measured.
Mm.
It's official,
So they've seen it. They've measured every tree in Illinois.
apparently.
All right, then we've got Jessica, who she lives around our area. She's also one of the run club captains this year, and she's been planning runs around Crystal Lake. Like I think she's done a couple from the trailhead where we'll just go up or down the bike path. So far,
Yeah. Yeah, they had a pretty big turnout. I mean, there was actually they had 2 runs. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think she was the one that organized that. And I had to drive past, and I could see them all here. And I was going to the Frozen Gnome run. I'm like, man, we had 2
Yeah,
runs
too many
in
runs.
town.
Yeah, that's funny, I
And there was
know.
a whole bunch of people, but I was already pushing it to be on time for the Frozen Gnome run, so I couldn't stop.
Yeah, we did have that one planned for up by Devil's Lake, but
that's when the snow came
Yeah,
through.
so-
The blizzard that didn't quite hit, but it was snowing. Yeah, so I mean, we definitely want to plan some bigger, like group runs at like Devil's Lake, and maybe another one one at Starved Rock because we actually only went to Matheson last year with Lily.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're just Lake Geneva. I mean, we should definitely do around the lake.
Oh,
this
yeah.
summer.
Love running around
Yeah.
the lake.
yeah,
So-
just to see new trails.
Yeah, so we're going to be planning a lot of group runs. Sometimes us and all the other captains, and there's other people too that have signed up that we're not sure where they're going to do their runs
Yeah.
from yet.
Yeah,
So
there
it's
was
just
a
it's a new
few.
thing we're doing, and it'll expand.
Yeah. Yeah, so follow OMR Run Club. We'll have to put a link. We'll put a link in the comments. So if you go to our YouTube and then you go underneath of it and then do a drop down, there will be a link under there. So we'll add a link in there, and that'll be the easiest way. And I'll send out an email with kind of a heads up of what we're doing. But I think that's it. That kind of. Oh no, we didn't talk about the
trailhead runs,
trailhead
yeah.
runs. So here, we are right on a trail, and it's great running, especially like flat and fast sort of running. And we're right across the street is a lake. I love running over to that area. There is a couple dirt trails, but it's just flat, fast dirt trails that's around a lake, but very pretty. There's some pubs by here, so
Yeah.
Oh, we should do a pub run.
yeah, we need a pub.
Yeah,
run.
after doing that other one, yeah, I think we should definitely. It would be easy, and Yeah, I've been planning a map in my head.
I mean, they're right on, there's quite a few pubs right on the trail. We went by them.
Yeah.
I think the timing
yeah,
is stuff. I mean, we just started the Thursday runs this year.
Yeah.
But next year they'll be even
Right, and
better,
we'll be
but-
starting, and we'll start them up again as soon as the sun stays out long enough to
Right.
safely
Yeah.
get a 4 or 5 mile run in.
Yeah, right now it's about 4:30 when we're losing, or we've lost sunlight.
It's got to warm up a little bit because it's so cold at night.
And it gets so windy. It can be windy
Yeah.
on that trail, so it's kind of nice to be on the single track during this time of the year.
But then the Saturday long runs, I think we're going to plan on getting those going like pre-Kettle and pre-Hennepin. They worked
Yeah.
great last year for Hennepin training.
Yeah.
I think everybody, I mean, I think we had planned on doing like one a month but it all of a sudden started being every single Saturday, which
Yeah.
was great. It was getting everybody to get their long runs in.
Yeah, it was super helpful.
Yeah. So that'll definitely happen again and probably more often this
Yeah,
year
I
coming
highly
up.
suggest going to those. I'm sure my long runs would not have went as well if I didn't know everybody else was out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There would have been a good excuse to stop and take a break.
And it
here
was fun.
there.
People did different, like I never went as far as everyone was going, but I always started with everyone. And the other thing too is people turn around. So sometimes the faster people would turn around, or once I like drove out there and came back, it was fun.
Yeah.
To see people and like wave, you know.
And
You guys went in the River Creek.
Yeah, we laid down in the creek
hot
on that
day.
hot day, yeah.
It
But
was
yeah,
hot some of those
it's
days.
perfect trail for Hennepin training. So that's kind of why we started. That's where I was doing my training, and I just put a Facebook post out
Yeah.
there so we get people to run. And
Yeah.
like you said, it's so much easier to do it with other people. So
And then
we'll
it's
keep doing that.
exactly 10 miles to a Dairy Queen.
Right.
So
it's
you
perfect.
can like have a Slurpee or
Yep.
whatever they call them.
Yeah, we did
ice
that quite a few
cream.
times.
So 20-mile run, Dairy Queen, halfway point. And plus there's a lot of little restaurants in Dundee.
Dundee, yeah.
Is where that's at. So
Yep.
you could really like stop. You could have a beer.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of really
There's
cool
a flea
stuff
market.
there.
You could buy a chair.
It's a flea market.
Carry it back
You
with
can
you.
buy a chair. Oh. Well, and then I mean,
Or something
you
small.
You do pass a brewery halfway to the halfway point, and there's like drinking locations. You don't.
There's water, yeah.
There's water like
water.
every 5 miles. It's almost
Yeah.
like it was perfectly created, you know, for people running.
Yeah.
And then there's that marathon group that trains.
One World
That
One
offer
World Vision,
you-
yeah.
Yeah.
And they
They're
have
there
aid
too.
stations set up, and they offer us.
They
You know,
gave me
Yeah.
the salt.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I was like, you know, blowing up with sausage fingers, and actually said, "I'm like, I need like." And some guy went to his car.
Yeah.
That wasn't even. He was a runner from One World Vision, and he got me a salt tab out
Oh
of his
my
car.
gosh.
I know, it was really nice.
Yeah, they're a really nice group.
And I never asked, but I was kind of struggling.
Yeah.
So that was So they're fun and they're great. And if you want to run with someone, you can. And if you want to run alone together, you can.
Yeah. Yeah, alone together. I like that wording.
So watch the page for those runs, and don't be afraid to post your own, because you never know. You know, somebody close by might want a running partner. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just help each other get our runs so that we can all have successful races this year wherever we're racing at. So like leave in the comments what races you're doing, where you would like to see some club runs, and I don't know, we just want to hear from you. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. And is there anything else?
I think we covered it.
Yeah. So
Like bring
Yeah,
on
cheer-
2023.
yeah.
Woo!
Everyone's
Cheers.
Happy
running.
New Year. Thank
Happy
you every
New Year.
every year.
Cheers, Royal.
Yep, cheers. See you on the trails.